12 years ago when we built our house new, one thing that we decided that we were definitely going to do was put in one of these outdoor wood burning stoves, and we were going to heat our house with radiant floor heat. We have just a one-story ranch style house. It's built on a concrete slab. It's stick built, and then we just clad it in pole barn metal for siding and for the roof. So before we poured the concrete pad, we put down a bunch of insulation and then PEX pipe, half-inch PEX pipe on top of that. And this wood stove is what supplies the hot water to those pipes in the floor. And that's how our house is heated. I divided it up into 3 different zones. So the garage is on its own zone, the main living area of the house is on its own zone, and then the bedrooms and bathrooms are on their own zone. So we can control the temperature in each of those 3 zones independently. So for the first 5 years or so, a friend of mine had a 40-acre woods that he was building a house, and built a couple different houses and cleared trees to put the lane in and put garages up. And I got a bunch of my wood supplied through him. But there's been a number of years, maybe 5 or so, that I haven't had access to good firewood, but I knew in advance that we have 2 local sawmills that I could get slabwood from. If you're not familiar with what slabwood is, it is the outer part of a tree that the sawmill cuts off when they go to make boards. So the Amish sawmill that I go to, they band these bundles of slabwood up into big bundles, and I can take my 16-foot cart trailer out there, and they got a piece of equipment. They'll just pick it up, set the bundle on the trailer. I bring it home, cut it into 2-foot pieces, and I stack it here. This area that I designated for our wood pile is 10-foot wide and 12-foot long, and I usually stack wood about as tall as I am, or a little taller, 6 to 7 feet high, and that is enough to heat our whole house and garage all winter long. I did set it up where the pile is underneath a lean-to, so it stays dry. And then in the winter, when I got to fill the stove up, I'm under the lean-to, so the pile's right here. Turn around, stove door, right here. So the stove that we bought is a central boiler. It's the classic CL5036. So in like 2012 or so, when we put this in, the stove, all the PEX pipe, all the insulation board, I did all the labor, so I didn't have a labor cost. I think our total installed price was around $7,500, $8,000. That price is considerably higher today, but I would definitely, if I had to do it over again, I would definitely do it again. These stoves are real simple. What they do is the top of this is full of water, and so this water just gets real hot. I think I have set around 160, around 160, 165 is where I keep it. And then these little, I think they're 1/2 or 3/4 horsepower Taco water pumps is what circulates the water. So typically once a day I come out here and I will fill this firebox up. Let's see if you can get it. I don't know if you can see in here very well. I haven't done it yet this morning, but where we live, the lows are usually in the teens. Sometimes they'll get in the single digits or down to 0 degrees. But during those times of the year where it does get down to like 0 or minus degrees, then I'll have to fill the stove twice on those days. That's not real typical where we live, though. All right, this is the setup in the garage. So the hot water comes from the stove outside, and it circulates in this loop that comes around right here, and it just stays circulating there. And when the thermostat, this part here is for the garage. So when the thermostat in the garage says it's getting cold in here, we need some heat, this Taco pump will kick on, and when it does, it will pump water into the floor, and it'll circulate through the whole garage floor in a bunch of pipes, and then it comes right back into here, in this section here, comes back up, and it circulates into here. And this whole system here circulates between in here in the garage and the outdoor wood stove. And then what I did was, these pipes here run up through our attic, and they go into the back of the house by where the bedrooms are. And I'll show you that little system real quick. And what that does is it supplies the back bedrooms with heat, and it's the same setup I just showed you. I just got it in our utility room. So this is the utility room. That pipe I showed you comes in through the attic, comes down. I built a little loop system here, similar to the one I showed you in the garage. And this pump here, when the thermostat in our bedrooms call for more heat, pumps water down through those little red pipes. They circulate through the whole back half of the house, and then they come back out to here. And it comes back up, and it circulates in this loop. And when this loop cools down and it calls for more heat, it'll pull it through those pipes from the wood stove. And there is nothing better than stepping out of the shower right onto a nice warm tile floor. It's pretty incredible. So once a day I come out here, I got a shovel that hangs right here by the wood stove. I got a metal bucket with a metal lid. I scoop the ash out, put it in here, and after it's cooled off, I'll take it out and dump it in our raised beds. So it's that easy. That amount of wood that you saw me put in there will heat our 2,400 square foot house and 2.5 car garage for 24 hours. So I just do that once a day. And so I guess the question was the investment worth it? And I hear coworkers and family members talking about their heating bills in the winter. And yeah, I'm glad I don't have one. We do a little manual labor in the spring and summertime to cut wood and bring it home. It really doesn't, it's not that hard, and it goes pretty quick. Maybe 2 full days of me, Mal, and the boys cutting wood and stacking, and we can heat our house all winter. All right, hope you got something out of today's video. If you like this kind of content, we have a lot of videos, like 180 videos that we've put up, and it's basically just us around the farm doing stuff here. My wife owns a microgreens business, and she has a website, barefootmicrogreens.com. She has grow kits there. She has books teaching you how to start your own microgreens business. If there's not a farmer in your area, there needs to be. So go check out barefootmicrogreens.com. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and like and share our videos. Thanks a lot.